It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show. Lifelong dreams being elevated. Leave a nigga face down like he meditating. Growing up, trepidation in my locale. Hearing 40 cal, know somebody need resuscitation. I describe myself, nothing define me. Paper cut, sharp, origami. Business in the iPhone, biting the apple like Shinigami. Death notes, every bar's like a homie. I'm the Clyde with a Bonnie. Rhythmalism, I'm too quick. New scripts, I'm producing them daily like news clips. Roof Chris, give me all of the beef, I'm a sous chef. Homies had them 8 balls for the green like a pool stick. I learn my ingredients as I get older, more lenient. We use bitch niggas to be convenient. Need more cash, that's immediate, expedient. My experience teaching what I couldn't get from PBS. Freedom of the finance, read a pie graph, I take my pride back. Flip the color like a Mike Jack, niggas ain't like that. Take a name like it's Iraq, you diss me? Might stab a nigga with a wine glass, it's risky. Might crash, don't invite me to the function. I smash niggas pumpkins, all together conjunction. Southside nigga cooking up like it's a luncheon. We don't need a studio to get you niggas punched in. What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there this Monday afternoon. Of course, the Grammys took place last night, and it was quite an eventful show, I must say, man. Got to start the show and give Kendrick Lamar all the flowers. A huge congratulations. Won 5 Grammys again. Last year he won 5. This year he got another 5 to go in his trophy case. Pure domination. There's nothing you can do to take away from the accomplishments. There's nothing you could do to take away from the type of run that he's been on. This nigga is in unprecedented goddamn air right now. He's in a category of his own. I meant to say unprecedented territory. It didn't click in that moment. But this nigga is on a tier, a historic tier. You know what I'm saying? 2024, won the battle, dropped the album at the end of the year, dominated last year with Not Like Us. This year, GNX is getting its accolades that it deserved because it was the top hip-hop album. It fed families. It fed hip-hop enthusiasts. It fed people that craved deeper lyrics. You know what I'm saying? It was more of an upbeat West Coast rap album than his previous work, but it still gave you plenty of material to go through to dissect, learn what he's referring to, all of that type of stuff. And he's just maintained a quality that not too many other people in music have maintained over a 15-year course. I think we just gotta be extremely honest and transparent about that. Even if you don't like the nigga or you hating, like your fanhood of hip hop should come first. And Kendrick Lamar through and through is hip hop in all ways. If you can't recognize that, you should probably see your way out. Not just out of this video or the chat, but just see your way out of engaging with hip-hop topics because you're the direct antithesis of what it represents. And you should probably go do the work and look in the mirror and get that shit together. Now, as a hip-hop fan, Kendrick was not the only winner. You know what I'm saying? Hip-hop was actually quite well represented at the Grammys last night because, of course, we had others such as the Clips who walked away with Grammys. We had Tyler, the Creator, walk away with Grammy. We had Doechii walk away with a couple. You know what I'm saying? So we're still well represented. Those that are putting out excellence, they're getting the results. And I think that's the example and the precedence that needs to be set in hip hop and music in general is you can't just do cookie cutter music and expect to get excellence out of it and rewarded for it. You have to push boundaries. You have to do something different. If everybody's going right, somebody got to go left. Somebody got to not do a fucking James Harden step back and just goddamn, innovate. Everybody want to do one thing and then they wonder why they get overshadowed because you got caught in the shadows, my nigga. Right? Um, Beautiful D'Angelo and Roberta Flack tribute last night. That was dope. It was a lot that took place. Trevor Noah took the gloves off. You know, I think he said it was going to be his last time hosting the show, so he went out with a bang. Some moments were awkward, but he definitely made some statements in the midst of some jokes that, you know, who knows what may come on the other side of it. But nonetheless, it was very entertaining. Shout out to Duran Bernard, independent artist walking away with a Grammy. Kendrick Lamar came up, walked up to him, gave him a hug, congratulated him at the show. You know, we represented well out there, man. Not just hip hop, but just black music in general was well represented last night. Gotta give credit where it's due, man. Clips got up there and performed, had the motherfucking snow on national television, symbolizing that, you know what it is. Tyler the Creator got up there, did his motherfucking thing. People are saying that he killed off his two characters. The character from Don't Tap the Glass and the Chromacopia War General both met their fate last night. So looks like another era is loading for him as well. Like, shit was beautiful. I gotta say, man. And even like you had other moments in the show, like Olivia Dean showed out. I did not know who Olivia Dean was, but I walked away from the show like, damn, okay, this how we coming. I didn't know. I wasn't aware. I saw the name, but never had seen her before, never had heard her music. She made an impact, left an impression. So ultimately, we're going to go through all of the winners of the night. And then once we get through that, we got to have a talk about Kendrick Lamar and his wardrobe for the evening, because people are speculating that this is, once again, symbolism for things to come. It's the first time that he showed up in a tuxedo. Generally, in other years, when he showed up in one, he came pretty much normally dressed. I believe it was 2024. He showed up in a fucking windbreaker jacket and a fitted hat. Last year, he had the Canadian tuxedo straight jean down. But this year, he was dappered out. Outfitted in Chanel. Of course, he's got that partnership and endorsement deal with Chanel. And of course, I can't speak on his appearance last night without pointing out that boxing fucking wrap, that tape on his hand, which looks like it was carefully crafted. I don't think he was bracing an injury. It looks like he was literally wearing that to talk to the fans. Now, we'll get to that later, but let's get through congratulating everybody that got their awards last night. All right. Grammys 2026 hip hop and R&B winners revealed. The 2026 Grammys took place at the Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles, California over the weekend. Hosted by Trevor Noah on February 1st, the award show celebrated some of the best music released between August 31st, 2024 and August 30th, 2025. Kendrick Lamar won 5 awards on the night for his GNX album and individual songs that appeared on the project. He was the biggest winner for the second year in a row, having been nominated a total of 9 times for the 2026 ceremony. Speaking on stage, Kendrick said hip-hop is going to always be right here. We're going to be in these suits. We're going to be looking good. We're going to be having our folks with us. We're going to be having the culture with us. Clips, the duo of Pusha T and Malice, picked up their first Grammy Award of their careers. It's 2026. These guys came out in 2001, wasn't it? 25 years? God damn. And performed at that bitch for a track on their comeback album, Let God Sort 'Em Out. And of course, that will be Chains and Whips featuring Kendrick Lamar, which added to his tally as well. Tyler the Creator also won the Best Ever Best Album Cover Award, beating out major projects from the past year. Outside of hip-hop, Leon Thomas, Kehlani, and Duran Bernard earned big awards in their respective R&B categories. Below, check out the list of full winners. So once again, we've got Kendrick Lamar, who won for Best Rap Album. This category included Clips Let God Sort 'Em Out. A lot of people were, rallying behind Clips to get Best Rap Album so that Kendrick Lamar's GNX could win the overall Best album of the year. But Bad Bunny ended up taking that. Kendrick Lamar took Best Rap Album, which was actually my prediction. I felt like Kendrick was gonna get it because his impact was just too ubiquitous. Like Clips, they had an amazing year, amazing run, amazing turnout. The album was great. It checked all the boxes. The problem is you had Kendrick Lamar who checked all the boxes and dominated the box office. You know what I'm saying? So there was really no chance. But in hip hop, of course, people wanted to see them get that Best Rap Album, and nobody was wrong. You had Glorilla, you had Jid. When Kendrick actually accepted the Best Rap Album award, Jid was looking a little salty. People started reading into his look. Let me see if I can find the picture. So this is Jid last night as Kendrick accepted his award, which honestly, I know a lot of people read into that, but he wanted it, right? He was disappointed. He wanted to get it. Who knows if Jid will be nominated again? This was his best effort, his most valiant effort in terms of, getting the culture behind him and championing him. So I didn't read too much into the salty look, but I did see it. Some people felt mad about it, felt like, yeah, he was definitely the one hating with Dreamville. I don't believe that. Because if he was the one hating with Dreamville, he had ample opportunities to come out and do just that. And of course, you have Tyler, the Creator, who was in the category with Chromacopia, which was actually one of my favorite albums out of the bunch as well. I think the category was stacked. Glorilla's Glorious, that album was alright, you know what I mean? But it didn't hold up like the rest of them. In the Best Rap Song category, Kendrick Lamar and Lefty Gunplay won with TV Off. In that category, you also had Anxiety, which, I guess it didn't have anywhere else to go. Because although Doechii is a hip hop artist or a rap artist, I guess it did have a rap verse. So there you have that. Yeah, Clips and John Legend, Voices of Fire, Birds Don't Sing. I actually really wish they would have performed that at the Grammys instead of So Far Ahead. But that's just me. I felt like it would have been a full 360 moment with everything that they have going on, the passing of their parents, being able to honor them at the Grammys and do the song dedicated to them. I don't know what the reason was as to why they chose not to do it, but I wish they would have, because that would have been something that it just would have hit different. Anyway, you had Tyler, the Creator, featuring Glorilla, Sexy Red, and Lil Wayne with Sticky, which that is the appropriate title for that song. And then you had Glorilla, TGIF, and again, Kendrick Lamar, Lefty Gunplay were the winners. For Best Rap Performance, Clips featuring Kendrick Lamar and Pharrell, Chains and Whips took the gold on that one. Cardi B, Outside was in the category. Doechii, Anxiety was in the category. TV Off was in the category. And Tyler, the Creator, featuring Tizo, Touchdown Darling I was also in that category. Chains and Whips definitely was a very impactful song. We have been hearing snippets of it, goddamn, a year or two ahead of time. Had no idea Kendrick was going to end up on it, but once it was found out that he was, the whole industry was waiting to see what he was going to say on it. And he didn't disappoint. Best Melodic Rap Performance, you had Friday featuring Meek Mill with Proud of Me, which definitely was, it was impactful at the top of last year when it came out. Jid featuring Ty Dolla $ign and Black, Wholeheartedly. Kendrick Lamar featuring SZA with Luther ultimately took the gold. You had Terrace Martin, who's also a homie and mentor of Kendrick Lamar, featuring Kenyon Dixon and Rhapsody. We Mage, Party Next Door, and Drake, Somebody Loves Me was also in the category. I don't think anybody expected that one. For them, Kendrick and SZA, Luther, pretty much the biggest song in the industry for the last year and some change. It dominated at #1 on the Billboard charts for 13 weeks. Can't really argue with that. Best R&B album, on the other hand, you had Leon Thomas walk away the winner with Mutt. You also had Giveon with Beloved, Coco Jones, Why Not More, Lettucey with The Crown, and Tiana Taylor, Escape Room. I think that was actually a pretty nice category, but Leon Mutt has also been dominating in the R&B space. No surprise there. Best R&B performance, Kehlani with Folded, which again, another dominant record. You know, it's taking on a life of its own. So many different covers. That's like the new song for all the upcoming artists in R&B that want to get their voice heard. They're doing covers of Folded right now to try to showcase their vocals and their range and stuff. Channeling Brandy, had Brandy on the remix, you know, it just worked. Shout out to everybody else in the category. Best progressive R&B album, Duran Bernard took it. All right. You had Bilal in there. You had Destin Conrad, Flo, Terrace Martin, and Kenyon Dixon. That's actually a very nice category here. I guess progressive R&B album, because this is mostly either indie artists or smaller mid-level label artists. I like that category, actually. Once again, album of the year went to Bad Bunny. Contestants in that category also contributed were Justin Bieber with Swag, Sabrina Carpenter, Man's Best Friend, Clips, Let God Sort 'Em Out, Lady Gaga, Mayhem, Kendrick Lamar, GNX, Leon Thomas, Mutt, and Tyler, the Creator, Chromacopia. Okay. Song of the year went to Billie Eilish with Wildflower. Record of the year also went to Kendrick Lamar and SZA for Luther. All right. Which I think that was a pretty easy choice, to be honest. Best album cover once again goes to Tyler, the Creator. And unfortunately, I cannot play this speech in video format from Kendrick Lamar because the Grammys will copyright claim it. So what I will do is play the audio of Kendrick's speeches. So first up, let's play Kendrick's speech from winning Best Rap Album. Here's what he had to say.
Yeah, what's up? It's hip hop as usual, man. I'm not good at talking about myself, but I express it through the music. It's an honor to be here. Tyler, the Clips, like these are my brothers to be in this category. What's up, Push, man? Malice, man. Every time I tell you this, hip hop is gonna always be right here. We're gonna be in these suits. We're gonna be looking good. We're gonna be having our folks with us. We're gonna be having the culture with us. So I appreciate y'all. God is the glory. Love y'all. Yeah, what's up?
All right, so that's Kendrick's speech after winning Best Rap Album. He always makes it a point when he gets on stage to also congratulate and point out other hip-hop artists in the category. I appreciate that about him, you know what I'm saying? Despite people feeling like he may be just winning by default, because that's always a narrative. They say he's the favorite, he's the Grammy darling, and all that type of stuff. Even if that may be the case, if that's how you feel, he still makes it a point to show love to others. Right? How many artists do you know that go up on the stage at the Grammys and start shouting out other people, other contemporaries in the genre? Most people get up there, they thank God, they thank their team, they thank their label, they thank all of the people that, you know, contributed to them getting to that point. But a consistent thread from Kendrick has always been thanking and representing his colleagues in hip hop. Shouted out Malice and Push, the Clips, Tyler, said they my brothers. You just don't see that, man. Now let's get to the record of the year, which everybody was on stage. You had Soundwave up there. You had Scott Bridgway, who walked into the Grammys with 0 wins and walked away with 3 for Luther. You know what I'm saying? A producer on Kendrick's team. SZA was on stage. What's homeboy name? The white boy, I always get his name mixed up.
Jack Antonoff, um, most known for producing for Taylor Swift, but he's producing for everybody in the industry. So let's go ahead and play the speech with all of them on stage. And it seemed like nobody was eager to actually get on the mic. But here we go. This is Soundwave.
First and foremost, let's give a shout out to the late, great Luther Vandross. It was very, very, very important to keep the integrity of this record. I'm the producer of it.
and I would be remiss if I don't mention how Cher said the Grammy goes to Luther Vandross. The song is called Luther, ma'am. Just shows you got a young black boyfriend. He must not be playing this shit around the crib.
Along with my guy,
He must wait till you leave.
Bridgeway, Jack Antonoff, Rose, I know you're out there. M-Tech, this is amazing. I'm not gonna take up too much time. I'll let everybody else speak.
To echo what he said, this is what music is about. Luther Vandross.
I think I ain't know what to say.
This is special for me. I gotta take my time because it's one of my favorite artists of all time. And they granted us the privilege to do our version of it. When we got that clearance, I promise you, we damn near all dropped a tear.
Hey, real quick, bro. I don't mean to interrupt Kendrick's speech talking about getting the clearance for Luther. I wish I could show this on the screen, but I know they're gonna fuck with me. But nigga, Cher is fucking oozing over Soundwave right behind Kendrick. She's like, she damn near kissing this nigga on the mouth. That shit crazy as I'm looking, because I didn't notice it last night. What the fuck? If you get a chance, pull up this video of this speech. You'll see what the hell I'm talking about.
When we got that clearance, I promise you, we damn near all dropped a tear because we know how much him and Cheryl Lynn poured into that record. And being able to put our vocals of it, it proves that we were somewhat worthy to be just as great as them individuals. And they granted us that, you know. They said no cursing though. Can't curse on it. That was the only thing, right? And we say, you know what? We're gonna do just that. No cursing, and we're gonna make sure that this song represents love. So I wanna appreciate and give thanks to SZA.
I just want to say thank you to Kendrick for lifting me up. I just am a small part of this record. But what I wanted to say is, please don't fall into despair. I know that right now is a scary time. I know the algorithms tell us that it's so scary and all is lost. There's been world wars, there's been plagues, and we have gone on. We can go on. We need each other. We need to trust each other and trust ourselves, trust your heart. We're not governed by the government, we're governed by God.
Facts.
And I thank you so much. So God bless you, that's all I want to say.
That's right. So with that being said, we're gonna continue to move like that. Luther forever. Cheryl, thank you so much. If you're out there listening, watching, we appreciate you at the bottom of our hearts. Luther forever. Thank y'all.
All right. And before we get off of that, I also want to shout out Kamasi Washington, who also won with them, was on the stage. Forgot to mention him before. Gotta put him in there because he has been holding it down with Kendrick for years as well. You know what I'm saying? To Pimp a Butterfly on up, pretty much. All right. So now let's get into the styling of Kendrick Lamar. They've got a Vogue article out already. They say Kendrick Lamar just made history in a custom Chanel tuxedo at the 2026 Grammys. All right. So here we have Kendrick Lamar. Looks like he's on an elevator taking a photo. All right. And this is the tux. And of course, when you see the tux, you also see he has the Afro pick representing Black History Month with the black fist in that motherfucker. You know what I mean? another thing that you can't look at him and not notice is the hand tape wrapped around his right hand. And again, that looks a lot like boxing tape. It doesn't look like he has a cut or something, like he's nursing an injury. It looked like he's either ready to punch a nigga out or he just got done doing it. All right. And that's what everybody is wondering. What message is he trying to send us? Unfortunately, this Vogue article doesn't talk about that piece specifically, but they do get into the suit. So Kendrick Lamar and Chanel are a match made in fashion heaven, and on Sunday night, the two made history. The Not Like Us singer arrived at the 2026 Grammy Awards in a custom tuxedo from the French house, the very first of its kind. But though the look, which took 207 hours to make, marks a new foray for Chanel, it's not the first time the two have met in sartorial harmony. Another photo. In 2023, the rapper attended the Met Gala in honor of Karl Lagerfeld, sporting a black quilted leather jacket, trousers, and a white t-shirt, all paired with a silk foulard worn as a belt and a double C embroidered baseball cap. The following year, he collaborated with the then creative director Virginie Viard on a short film titled The Button for the Spring 2024 Couture Collection, attending the runway show in a tweed bomber and light wash jeans. More recently, Lamar was appointed as an official ambassador to the house. The look for the 2026 Grammys began with a simple request, keeping things classic and non-fashion for the evening. Kendrick always drives the idea, PG Lang style director Carissa Sanchez tells Vogue. Sometimes it starts with a feeling he's after, other times he sends a reference image or a specific piece. For the Grammys, he knew pretty immediately that he wanted to wear a tuxedo, the nicest tux ever made. Okay? So nobody pushed this on him. This is how he chose to come this year. Still trying to figure out why it was so important to do it this time around. Since Matthew Blasy's knockout debut at the house, knockout, huh? The brand has reinvigorated Coco Chanel's love for a suit or a button-down borrowed from menswear. Those Charvet shirts are still on everyone's mind. The good news is Blasy's designs tend to stick the landing no matter whom he's dressing, and in the process, he's redefined what Chanel can be. Tonight, it looked like a black grain. I don't know how to pronounce that. De poudre? Y'all French niggas be telling me I say shit wrong. It is what it is. Tuxedo jacket with a satin lapel, white poplin pleated plastron shirt, bejeweled chain, and Chanel sunglasses. The starting point was restraint and intention, and here we go with a close-up on this nigga hand about to punch a nigga out. Dave Free reactivated his motherfucking Instagram page just to put that in his story, by the way. So something's going on. The starting point was restraint and intention. It's a very interesting starting point. Restraint and intention for a nigga who got fucking boxing gauze on his hands. Lamar's stylist and Vogue contributing style director Carlos Nazario tells Vogue it was about letting his presence precede him rather than making a big fashion statement. Confidence without excess, which has been the way he has been thinking about clothes lately in general. All right? And that nigga pearled out. Sanchez echoes this sentiment. We started looking at different ideas and silhouettes for what the tux could be, but ultimately he wanted to lean pretty classic. Lamar has yet to wear a strictly classic tuxedo to an award ceremony, but Sunday's event felt like the appropriate place to start. And Sanchez explains that Chanel was the only brand that they considered. Going into the awards, Lamar was the most nominated artist of the evening, winning for Best Rap Album for GNX, Best Rap Song for TV Off, and a second consecutive Record of the Year for Luther with SZA. By the end of the night, he'd won a career total of 27, officially making him the most awarded rapper of all time, surpassing Jay-Z's record of 25. All right? So Kendrick Lamar is the top awarded rapper in Grammys history. 27 of them bitches. We've got another photo in his tux. All right. Accepting Best Rap Album, Lamar kept things succinct on stage, highlighting the bespoke tuxedo. We're going to be in these suits looking good, having our folks with us. We're going to be having the culture with us. So I appreciate y'all. God is the glory. Love y'all. They say if there's one thing we can all learn from Kendrick, it is the art of letting the work speak for itself. Nazario said of Lamar's accomplishments, visual narrative and complex storytelling have always been integral to the artist's work. But as for where style figures in that landscape and that spirit, I'm sure his sartorial progression will be even more personal and more refined. Is there more to this? All right. So they got into the tux, and then we see more pictures of that hand. As a matter of fact, they had the close-up right here just to let you know that this was definitely purposely done. All right. And this was a very interesting post that I saw earlier. It says, he's Terrence Thornton. I'm Terrence Crawford. Yeah, I'm whooping feet. A callback to Euphoria. And they show Terrence Crawford in the gym with his hands wrapped. And of course, we saw last night Kendrick Lamar with his right hand wrapped in the same way. So is that a callback to Euphoria? Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this. And if it is, in fact, a callback to Euphoria, what is he trying to point out? Is he still whooping feet? Is he gearing up to whoop some feet again? Or is this signifying the end of whooping the feet? Now, I know for all the Kendrick fans, they like, hell no, this ain't the end. This nigga finna gear back up. He finna, And you know, I'm down with that shit too, because I'm a Kendrick fan my damn self. But I don't know. I don't want to impose my thoughts on how he's moving, because typically everything that I think, them niggas go and do some other shit. You know, they got a whole different type of creative direction. They got a whole different type of vision for how they want to do their shit. So I don't even be trying to speculate too hard. But it was just crazy because when I saw him go up on stage the first time to get Best Rap Album, I didn't even look at the nigga's hand. You know what I mean? I just was like happy for my nigga. But then the next time I saw him, I'm like, what the fuck is that on his hand? I'm like, did this nigga cut himself chopping a motherfucking onion or something? The nigga cooking or something? What the fuck happened? And then I'm like, hold on, no, that don't look like your standard bandage. What the fuck's going on? And here we are. So I don't know. I don't know if he got if he just like preparing. Like, let me hear what this nigga Cole talking about in a couple of days. I don't know, man. Like, I'm very interested to see where things go next from here, though. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't been the one advocating for the bullshit. But if they serve it on a platter, I will indulge. You know what I mean? That's how I'm taking it. I'm not pushing it. I'm not advocating for it to happen. But if they serve it, I will indulge. That's where I'm at with it. And before I go, I just want to make a correction. I know Doechii only won one with Anxiety last night for Best Music Video. I did say she walked away with a couple. That was inaccurate. So I do want to clean that up before I go. But now that we're done, be sure to let me know what y'all think down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Become an insider. I will catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be good out there. Be civilized. Hold yourself up to a high standard out there, okay? Peace.
Yeah, family over fame in this bitch, yeah. The glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'll never politic and the drama be piling on. Father and greats unacknowledged like I'm Bobby Bonds. Conversation with my lady about the paper route. 5 sit bank accounts every day I make it count. They down talking my commentary for hating now. Well, I can take it cause I'm bodying your favorite now, please. I could do this shit in my sleep. I been writing for these niggas, y'all read it and weep. I been fighting these niggas if you speak on the street. I turn your birthday party into New Year's Eve. Don't let me take it there. We ain't playing fair. This the ATL, Southside nigga moving furniture like Wayfair. Life on hold, no insurance for your healthcare. Lifeline gone, so you wanna be a millionaire? Well, let me tell you about this world I built. The women I dodged, the niggas that I read for filth. The sympathy cause consulting for the stacks I built. I